All right. Wild.
Hello, hello, testing, testing.
All right, TCP.
Yo, what is going on? I am probably gonna have a lot of fun during this podcast. I would be lying if I would say I was not at a brewery just now and managed to get over here just in time.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
Yeah. So I also want to know who Grizz is, even though obviously it's Mimic. But why was there a name change, and why were we notified about a name change?
Before anything is answered, I would like to point out that we are technically live right now. We're not live, but we are technically live.
So they can hear us. They can hear.
Yeah, they can hear us.
The thing is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so when you're in a bunch of Discord servers, and then like somebody in a server does something dumb, they do something to everybody in the server.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened to me.
What'd you do that was dumb?
I didn't do nothing. I was just in the server with somebody else who did something dumb, and Discord was like, "Yeah, everybody gets suspended." I'm like, "Okay, fuck it."
Mm.
Sucks. That sucks. You had to create any.
Yeah, I didn't even do anything.
That's fine. I actually have a second Discord account too.
Yeah, well, I had to make one. I was like, "Well, forget it. I'll just make this."
Mm.
But yeah, they were just like, "Everyone in this server, nuke."
That's why I'm only in 2 servers.
And you know
this one,
what messed with me? It's
and
a
the one
coding
about your
server.
mama. What?
It's a coding server. Like, it's not even like an edgy one. Like the meme servers, nothing.
You talk about the memes aren't
Like this.
doing evil stuff. I can fully see that y'all in your coding servers are just hacking NSA. Come on, you know that's what happened. You know that's what
It might have
happened.
been. Some dude in there
Someone
probably
thought
did
they were a
something dumb.
clever hacker and actually ended up using their real email address for some stupid Git repo, and then bam.
Yes, we'd like to talk to you about your vehicle's extended warranty.
The mug is back today. All right. Are we ready? Are we good? Wild?
Yep.
Wild?
Oh, wait, hold it.
Wild?
Hold it.
Wild?
It's loading. That's crazy. Then my computer's it's got to load the camera.
I mean, I'm like Wi-Fiing mine in, so I need to see how much it is to get into DSLR. I know it's pricey, but like this actually is supposed to work a lot better than it is. Like it works fine until I start streaming, and then it's like, nah, we're just gonna drop it. All right, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, and we
I need to grab a beat.
are live. Hello, welcome to Griffcast episode 58, the Mature and Nerdy Podcast for immature people, the show where we talk about any and all things nerds, from video games, comic books, movies, and or technology, and or science. Damn, I messed it up right there at the end. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Griff Moore, and I'm going to start, we're going to see if I can make it sober to the end.
Oh, we're in for a ride now.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go.
Oh, baby.
Wait. So you're just trying to get sober, or you're trying to get tipsy? You're trying to get drunk? I don't know.
What? I look so
What?
chocolatey smooth right now.
You look chocolatey smooth, bud. I'm seeing that cute little face of yours and everything.
snap.
I just want to take those glasses off of you and just rub some of that chocolate. Yeah.
Do we need to step out? Like,
This is the mature.
I mean,
This is
I'm
the
watching.
mature nerdy podcast.
I don't know if we're in the nerd realm right now, but it's definitely some matureness going on. If you know what I
I'm
mean.
down to watch the Hershey Shake. I'm good.
Uh-huh. You never mix a little bit of caramel and dark chocolate? Yeah, we can get that done.
Yeah,
Knock your mouth, knock your hand.
Mhm. We can get.
yeah.
We can throw a little bit of milk in there. Griff,
Yeah, start
maybe
drinking.
Y'all ain't left out.
Yeah.
Get some of that.
Start
Get
drinking
some of
now.
that. Get some of that whipped cream. Yo, man, I am gonna have a great time tonight. I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all need to
And
put this shit
tonight's
out
drinking
everywhere.
game is going to be every time some TCP says something slightly TCP-ish, you get a shot. If you survive more than half an hour, we'll bring you on the podcast.
If you survive more than 15 minutes,
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like half an
good
hour.
luck to you.
Half an hour. We're murdering people. Like, we don't need that kind of flack. I mean, maybe we do, but I mean,
It's not a Tide Pod challenge. Come on.
oh, anyway, so I don't know what you guys have been into this week, but I'm going to drop in on something here. So I got into the First Descendant beta, and it's good-ish.
Good-ish. Okay.
Okay, so those of you who don't know, First Descendant is a third-person looter shooter. It's going to be free to play. It's made by Nexon, so Nexon doesn't have the greatest reputation for making good games. So I was a little iffy going into it. But I did have a lot of fun playing it. It is a hero-based, so there is zero character customization, but there is at launch, right? I think there's going to be like 12 characters. Each character levels up individually. Your account gets certain characters, or you have certain things that are spread across your account. So, like, everything you unlock on one character stays in your inventory when you load up the next character. So your inventory space is shared, which is probably not the greatest. One, because if you go out and you do a chain of quests, your inventory is full. There is no storage as of yet. And also, if you are sharing your inventory space across all your characters, you're going to run out real quick. Another thing about it that kind of threw me off is when you go into the social space, because it is an online only live service game. When you go into the social space, when you go into the social space, it completely breaks immersion because you see 20 other yous running around.
Yeah, my bad.
Bless you. Yeah, so a little bit of immersion breaking there. Now,
So we're going to have a Marvel Heroes issue with this,
yeah.
where there's like 19 Wolverines, and you're getting drops for Iron Fist for some reason.
Yeah. So, overall, like, gameplay-wise, like, the gameplay loop was a lot of fun for me. I didn't get to play long enough. I hit, like, level 25. The level cap, I think, is 55. So I didn't get to the end. There's an event going on in Destiny, and I wanted to get back on that. But, like, the gameplay loop that I got into, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing, and they also have this thing called Void Battles, where you go in, you just queue up, you go in, and there's just a giant-ass boss sitting in the middle of this arena, and you just go fight it with 3 other random dudes. A lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. The third one, the level 21...
Wait a minute, did you just explain Gambit?
No. No, I didn't. One boss.
Gotcha.
One boss. And it's just you and 3 other dudes. It's just a straight up boss fight. It's a lot like the fighting a Titan in Anthem.
Mm.
So it got a lot of the same vibes. It was fun. It was fun. We'll get back on it at some point.
Well, I mean, it's a looter shooter. You love your looter shooters.
I do.
If you can kill something and it rains loot, you're happy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back on that one because Borderlands has been failing me for about 8 years. But that's also them just shoving political messages down my throat when they were the game that you went to avoid political messaging.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you can make that statement about a lot of fandoms anymore, so
true that. All right. Anyway, that's what I've been. So, like, initial beta factors, like, it was a beta, so there's a lot of things in there that aren't going to be in the final release, and there's a lot of things that weren't in there that are going to be in the final release. So I'd say initial gameplay wise, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Like a solid 6, not like a soft 6. So Griff stalks
and I haven't seen enough on that game. Like you told me you got into beta, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's that like? And it's looter shooter. Okay.
If you want, I'll stream it to you. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I'm under NDA.
Okay.
So I'll stream it to you. You see if it's something you're into. Like I end up like the first day I had this bug where every time that I clicked play, it would take me back to the title screen. Like I would choose my character, I would go into the social space, and then I click on the mission that I want to do, and it would take me back to the title screen. And then it would say, failed to connect to server. And I had that for like 24 hours. But
well, that's what betas are for, but
But yeah, like I said, it was a beta. It was the first open beta that they've done. They did a closed beta with streamers and all that stuff about 2 months ago. And they had a lot more access to a lot of the endgame characters and stuff. But what about you guys? What have you been into this week?
Modding the unholy crap out of Mass Effect Andromeda, like I showed you before we started. Apparently, you can get a mod that turns him into Iron Man. You can just fly your little butt around all you want. So who cares about that little car thing that they give you? It's like, here, have a 6-wheel drive car that tries to go up a sheer cliff until it doesn't.
Yeah. God, you got me wanting to play that series again.
Mod the balls off of it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it.
Unsponsored plug. Check out WeMod. It's basically a built-in trainer for every game in existence.
I've gotten into the new campaign for the new Call of Duty.
Oh yeah?
And yeah. I like it. I like it so far. I can't help myself. I can't. I would play
more Call of Duty if they give more campaign. Like, that's me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like this new campaign, definitely, it's really good. Graphic wise, there are a couple things that every now and then it kind of looks like I'm guessing when things are like going on, it sometimes looks like an 8-bit game. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And then it clears up, and I'm almost like, yeah, I need to fix that.
But the campaigns, I think about getting back into Call of Duty just for the campaigns.
That was the only thing I used to play with them. I never played online because, like, if you didn't start playing the night it dropped and called off work for the first 2 weeks, like, you were going to get dropped the minute you logged into any game and you was done.
You can't see me how hard I am raising my hands right now.
Yeah, so I didn't mess with it. I was like, forget this crap. I'm going to play the campaign and then I'm going to be done with it. That's why I kept renting them. Then, like,
I'm on
Blockbuster
every Call of Duty.
Oh, you're a better man than me.
The main reason being is because, like, before I used to play, like, for me, Black Ops 2 was top for me. Top.
The Black Ops series was really good.
I fucked with some Black Ops 2.
So, like,
some Black Ops 2.
Pretty much after Black Ops 2, they made some good ones, but it never touched Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
So, what was the last Call of Duty I bought? What was it? Black Ops 4? Did they make a Black Ops 4? Yeah. I think I bought Black Ops 4 just because, like, the PS5 came out around the same time.
I think the last one of those games that I got tempted to get was Battlefield 1. Because I just wanted to fight in World War I. I thought that looked cool.
Anyway, we're entering a different franchise. I'm about to fuck you up really quickly.
Go ahead.
So I bought Black Ops 4 just because the PS5 came out around the same time, and like it really took advantage of the haptic or the adaptive triggers. So I bought it just so I could experience the adaptive triggers, and like that was money just gone. Because I'll explain also why. Because I built my PC at the same time, so when I bought my processor, I got Black Ops 4 for free on PC. And like if you just hooked up if you just hooked up a PS5 controller to it, it was the same experience. But I was like, oh shit, I need to buy it on PS5 just so I can get the PS5 features. Nope, not true. So that was money just kind of flushed real quick.
Just watch it toilet bowl in front of you.
Yeah,
I think the last campaign I enjoyed in a military shooter was Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon's good.
no. Wait, which Ghost Recon are we talking about?
2.
Ghost Recon 2, it did have a pretty dope campaign. Ghost Recon 1 was not it. That game was
I never
not
played
it
1
at all.
I got 2 because where I was working, everybody was playing, and like one guy sold me his Xbox for like 8 games for like $50. I'm like, all right.
Do you want to give me your shoes while you're at it too, bud?
You know, right?
I'm like, hey,
What size you wear,
take
real
it.
quick?
I'll take it. But yeah, no.
I mean, if this tells you anything, I've had a better Gears of War experience since I've had a good Modern Warfare experience.
Oh, dude, man, you can't even compare Gears of War to any other game out there right now. That's unfair. That's just like an unfair thing to do.
Well, just in level of
Gears of War is
enjoyment
like-
of sitting down to play and shoot shit.
You still can't do that, man. I will fucking.
What's the
There's
co-op
so
on
many-
Gears of War now?
I think it's still 2-player co-op. I mean, of course they have multiplayer, but like 2-player co-op. Yeah, 5 is still 2-player co-op. They shouldn't have added the open world. Oh god, we're gonna enter some weird topic. Dude, man, I love Gears of War, and they also changed the fucking chainsaw action. It's the reload. Like instead of reloading, you have to hold reload to get the chainsaw. I was like, why would y'all do that? I got fucked up so many times fucking with that shit.
Yeah, I would change that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, wasn't it like the whole? Didn't you have to like hold square or something to use it?
No, it was.
Square.
Is it right bumper? I think it's right bumper.
It's an
Right
Xbox
bumper.
exclusive, buddy.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, I
you
haven't
can't
played a
hold
whole lot of
square.
Gears of War.
You don't get hold square. No, I think it was right. It was right bumper. So
Well,
right
no,
bumper.
because I knew it came out on. It was an Xbox exclusive. Then why in the world did that get Square from?
I don't know.
Where in the
I
world
don't
did
know,
I get
especially
Square from?
Because you know PlayStation is better, so you're just in there. I swear to God, if Gears of War came over to PlayStation, the game would be fucking over.
That ain't.
This
that ain't
man
never
is
happened.
so shady that he is literally vanishing into the background. Listen to the shit he is spitting.
Sometimes I spit truth, man. Anyway, but yeah, so they changed the chainsaw action to reload. So like, if you tap right bumper, it would start the reload action, and you hit it again to get your perfect reload. But like, if you held it, then it was the chainsaw action for the Lancer. And I was like, why would you do that? There were so many times where like, if you're playing really quick and like you just kind of like touch it like a little bit, you start the reload action, and you're like, oh no, I actually want a chainsaw, and then you hit it again, and now you missed the perfect reload, so now you're just. Oh shit! I got a jam, and I got a jam, and I can't do it, and you're just getting fucked up. I was like, why the? I think was there a way to change it? No, I don't think there was a way to change it.
Yeah, a lot of games nowadays won't let you remap controls, which in some games I just that does not work for me.
Yeah.
Like I have dropped really good games because I don't like the controls and I can't remap them.
See, so I'm also like another school about that, because like I realized. Because Call of Duty became so mainstream, or like just like the biggest hit, that everyone started mapping their controls to match Call of Duty's controls, and it's actually kind of like a thing that kind of bothered me. So like when I started playing the games, like they had different controls, I would intentionally not switch them to their Call of Duty controls, like default 1 and default 2. I would not change them because I'm like, please be fucking different, do something differently. Thank you so much for not having like reload be square.
Like that doesn't bother me, but like if I'm playing a beat 'em up, I don't think that my attack should be on the bumpers.
Beat 'em ups now. Like you want that to feel old school. You want to feel like an arcade. So you want that on the standard score 4. But
yeah, you want that on the 4. You want your special shit on the bumpers. You want to do like kooky shit with the triggers. And then like I go to play God of War. It's an amazing game. I fuck that game up all the time because I cannot get used to those controls. I cannot.
No, that type of fighting style, I love it. I love it that it is right bumper and right trigger. I love it. That's great stuff. Left trigger for block. That's great. No, they emulated some other games too by doing that. I thought that was fantastic. I loved every single
sorry,
second
I-
of it.
I'm torn on this.
That way is fine, but like I would like to be able to change them if that control scheme just my brain does not process it.
Can you not change it in God of War?
No, you
I mean,
cannot remap controls.
Okay. Anyway, it's more tactical. So like
Maybe
it's more tactical in that sense because you need to be proficient at dodging and blocking, and like timing your attacks. Whereas like in the first God of Wars, when it was square and triangle, you could just go ham. If you got hit, as long as you weren't playing on like a super high difficulty, it was fine. You know, you're okay being hit, so you really don't need to be that tactical about it. So you can just sit there and button mash and get through it.
see,
So I think
Yeah, but it's no fun to button mash, and if you're having trouble
it's
with
not
the-
fun to button mash. So like I feel like the button mashing games are square and triangle. You can just button mash. You can just sit there and you just quickly with your thumb just hit there and whatever. And now if you're talking about the tactical slashers and stuff now it's R1 and R2 where you're timing and you got to hold
See, I don't have a
R2 for
problem
do
with Ghost
heavy
of
attack.
Tsushima. Like that system is fine.
Oh, you just fucked up my entire argument with that. You are so right. You just fucked up my entire argument, and now I.
I did the impossible. I shut that man up.
all right. Well, while we were on the topic of Xbox, I was going to do a good, nice little segue, but that got derailed. Let's get into today's topics. All right. So, with Gotham Knights coming out, I am unmuted, right? Yeah. All right. With the Gotham Knights coming out, some of the developers coming out and saying that the Series S is holding them back because they're blaming the Series S for them locking Gotham Knights behind 30 FPS. I call this sheer laziness on the developer part.
He unmuted real quick.
So, because seriously though, if you don't think that the Series S can handle the game, don't release it on the Series S. The Series S was marketed as a upgraded version of the Xbox One. And that they were claiming that they were going to make, for the first, 2 years, everything on the Series X was going to be backwards or compatible with the S. So that way people could get their hands on the newer games with a more affordable console. Because at the time, the Series S was cheaper than the One. So,
I'm going to argue a little bit. The Series S was never marketed as a slightly better. They marketed it as like a full next-gen console. They went in ham, being like, oh, it's just a budget next-gen console. Oh, it can't do 4K. It can do, 1440 and it's, digital only. But it is a full next-gen console. They went full swing with that shit.
I can't argue.
As soon as I saw the specs, I was
They
blasting that
wanted you
shit.
to buy one. They wanted
They
you to buy
wanted you to
one.
buy one, and then it's like 80% of their sales right now. It is so much of their fucking sales right now because everyone sees, oh, it's a next gen console and it's so cheap. I'm gonna fucking buy one, and now they're getting fucking dicked in the ass for fucking over the developers because they're putting in more work. It's more work because now you have developers. They don't have to just make games as they
hold on. It is not more work. It is not more work because they're already
more work.
They're already making it for the PS4
You have to
and
make the games
Xbox One.
compatible for that system. I mean, it's not necessarily. It's not
already
necessarily
compatible.
just.
They already have a compatible version.
Yes, they are making games compatible for it. But you are developing games for a PlayStation 5. You're developing for a PlayStation 4. They're trying to get away from the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Oh, God damn
Exactly.
it.
So here's that's
So they're trying to get away from it, but they still have to do that. Even years from now, when it's only just the PS5 and the Series X, they still have to make games for the PS4 and the PS5 or the PS4 and the Xbox 360 because the Series X exists. Series S exists.
All right. So why not make the Series S version the Xbox One version? That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you got to do.
I mean, there's different things that you have to think about. There is not only just how well you develop the game. You have to think about hardware. You have to think about infrastructure. You have to think about chipsets. You have to think about the operating system and how they fully operate. Okay. You have to think about all the components as an entire whole.
Right. All right. Now look at the hardware.
That vein on your head is going to jump the fuck out. You need to calm down, son.
It is the lighting.
All right. Now, look at the hardware on the PS5. Look at the hardware on the Series X. They are almost identical. All right? They are almost identical. All right. Now, the Series S is a slightly more powerful one. Everybody knows this. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just all it has a newer gen processor. That's all it is. It is a one with a better processor. Now, why not?
Which I don't mind that people do that after a couple of years because, oh crap, we want to extend the life cycle on this whole system, but we need a different chipset. So, okay, we'll put this out, and you can still play your PS5 games for another 4 or 5 years.
All right.
Because you got this upgrade. So I'm fine with that in concept.
Okay, now they're blaming this all on Series S. All right, if you want to say the Series S is holding you back, what I want to bring up is why not make the Series S version the Xbox One version? They run the same software. They're pretty much the same console. All right, because.
So now you're lying to people, because instead of making an Xbox Series S game, you're making an Xbox 360, an Xbox. Oh, God damn this fucking naming convention. You're making an Xbox One game.
Microsoft makes a fucking
that
game
is able to.
But all right, let's bring us over to the other side.
It's saying instead of saying you're making a PS5, instead of saying you're making a PS5 mini game, you're making a PS5 4 game that can run on the PS5 mini.
Okay. What these companies are telling me when they're doing like all the consoles, when they're doing Xbox and PlayStation, they came out with the same version for the PS4 and the PS5, blaming it on the S. Are you telling me that they are not going to do upgraded graphics and or frames for the PS5 because of the S?
Yes, some. Now, this came out a couple of years ago. That in contracts, like you cannot have a competitor have a better experience than you, because that is considered favoritism. So if you're going to put it on everybody's console, you have to, whoever's got the lowest specs, that's who you got to go with. Because if you put it on PS5 and it outshines the Xbox gets pissed.
Okay, then what about every single game that's a PS5 exclusive?
That's different.
Oh, sorry, not exclusive, but every single PlayStation exclusive title that's out on PS4 and PS5.
Because those are optimized specifically for Sony systems. Mm-hmm. And in those cases, if they're at 30, either Sony's lazy and telling them to cap themselves.
Yep.
Which I could see an argument for that.
But they're not doing shit like that.
Yes, they are.
Like the Callisto report that's coming out, or a Callisto Protocol, that's technically being considered a PS5 game and being optimized on the PS5, even though it's releasing for all systems and PC. It's considered a port onto PC, and it's being considered a port on the Xbox, because it is, being. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how I'm explaining it like a little bit more, but anyway,
so
it was the same thing. It was the same thing like
PlayStation in mind, and it's being moved over to adapt to the others. That's what I mean.
Wow, back me up here, Wild. I'm getting beat up here, man. All right, no. See, what I'm saying is, all right, I'm not seeing the problem. All right, I'm really not, because if you are going to make a separate version for last gen and next gen, put the last gen version on the S, and make the next gen version run next gen. They're not doing that. This one company, which has come out and said that they half-assed this effing game. By the way, look at the fucking UI.
I mean, you're not wrong. They have also said that other companies have felt this way, because they are felt, by the operating system that runs the game, I think the operating system for the S and the X is the same. So you have to be able to optimize the game towards the
It is for
operating
the One,
system.
too.
What?
Yeah, they upgraded the One to run the same operating system.
Well,
It's universal. It's the
fucking
same operating
Microsoft.
system when you bring up Xbox Game Pass on your PC. It's all the same operating system.
I wouldn't know. This is why I don't fuck with Xbox.
That's why
Thank you,
people
son.
love Xbox, is because they have the same operating system, universal.
See, now people are lazy because they don't want to adapt to change. They don't want to learn new things.
I mean, I do get where Griff's coming from. Is because
Yes, I sorry, I'm interrupting you, and I'm.
no, I mean, I do absolutely get exactly where Griff is coming from and saying, like, hey, if you're gonna go through and do this and make an optimized version for one console and still also put out one for another console as well, why can't you do it now? Like, you're already making the game. It's probably a couple added lines of coding just to kind of help the system make the actual transition. But even
Considering
still,
the extent of those issues that they have, I don't think it's a little more than a couple lines of code.
Well,
This
yeah,
isn't
I
like
mean,
a
you know what I
colonial
mean.
Marines problem where like 2 lines was it.
So I have a little bit of experience with this, so I can, tell you, like, I don't do a shitload of coding, even though my entire job is a lot of coding. I code a lot. So, in my experience, coding for deploying resources in Azure cloud experience, and then coding stuff for AWS's cloud experience, are vastly different. I'm talking like there is not a single word of code that I can make translate to the other.
I can see that.
but
So
in the sense of the two systems, though, being the same universal operating system, essentially all you have to do is just add the extra line of coding, and then it should work.
Well, what you're talking about is the difference of coding between like say a Samsung and an Apple.
Okay.
So
Yes,
no,
you can get the exact same
vastly
file
different.
on both of them, but you have to do it a different way.
all right.
You're also talking about like Linux versus Windows. I mean, Windows sees certain files that Linux doesn't see, and Linux sees certain files that Windows can't see.
Right, which is why they have to make basically 2 separate versions for PlayStation and Xbox.
But now you're talking about multiple versions. You're not talking about a version.
2.
You're not.
2.
You're not talking about
PlayStation, 2
a
for
version.
Xbox.
You're not
That's
talking
it.
about a version. You're not talking about a version for PS4. You're not talking about a version for a PlayStation version and an Xbox version. You're not talking about that.
Yes, I am.
Because now you're trying to do that, but you can't take a PlayStation 5 game and put it in a PS4.
No, you
Exactly.
can't. Which is why they're making.
So you have to make a PS5 version. You have to make a PS4 version. You have to make an Xbox One version and an Xbox Series X version.
X
And
version.
now you have to make an Xbox Series X, Series S version. God damn the fucking naming convention! So you have to make so many more
The
versions.
one version
It's just-
will work on the
This
S.
is more developers working on multiple things because you have to. As you have developers work on certain things, you have to have another team now. You have to have another team now to create a version that is optimized for the
Anything?
Series X, Series S, and the Xbox One.
Anything
And
that
that's- and
runs
that's-
on
that's
the
just an
One
extra
will run on
team.
the S. There's no extra thing you have to do. Anything that runs on the One will run on the S.
All you got to
Nothing-
do is go into the base settings in that game and turn your shit down. That's all you're doing between one system to the other is you're the one in there
So-
going, oh, settings medium instead of settings extreme.
Yeah, no, people are dead now. People are dead now. If anybody's playing that drinking game, people are dead now. No, what I'm saying is because they have to basically make 4 versions. They have to make the PS4 version, the PS5 version, the One version, and the X version. Anything that they put on the One will run on the S. That's why I don't see where the holdback is. Now, where I do see a holdback is anybody who wants to make anything specifically for the hardware of the X. That's the only issue that I see, because Microsoft is putting people in contract that if it's going to run on the X, you need to make a version that will run on the S. But it basically means make one that will run on the One.
I have a question. Did anybody here, when the PS4 had come out and Shadow of Mordor had come out, did anybody buy a PS3 copy of Shadow of Mordor?
No.
No, I played. Oh shit! Did I play it on both? Ooh, I might have.
I didn't actually play anything on PS3.
Because I had an older PS3, and when I put in Shadow of Mordor, my PS3 gave up. Like, I would play and it would just blue screen all the time because it just couldn't take it. Because the settings were still too high for it to be able to take. So I had to take the game back, and I told the guy at GameStop, I was like, it just won't play. And he actually let me return it.
The only game that I remember playing on PS3 and PS4, I think it was Battlefield 3? No, Battlefield 4. Did Battlefield 4 come out for PS3? I think I played for a little bit, and then when I got a PS4, I got the upgraded version, and I was like, holy shit, this game's a shit ton better.
I'm just trying to figure out, what did CP drink or take before this show?
Do you want me to give a brew shout out? I'll give a fucking brew shout out.
Because this man is wired to the max.
I will tell you what I'm drinking right now. We'll probably catch more flack. We'll probably catch a lot of flack for the brewery I'm drinking right now. I mean, they might appreciate it. I don't know. I'll definitely give that shit to you. I'll give a shout out to my local brewery though. Griff, your call. I don't know how you feel about stuff.
All right. Anyway, thought people were dying. All right, what did I miss?
I'm trying to figure out, what did CP take or drink before the show, because my man's wild.
I'm betting on mescaline, but that's just me.
Oh.
And he was wondering about the brewery. Shout out.
All right. So anyway, I guess we're just going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
It's a tricky topic.
It is, but we've been arguing about it for 25 minutes. So, or
yeah,
almost 20 minutes.
What are you talking about? It's like 40 minutes past.
We still have, that's just the first topic.
Yeah.
No, but
we've got 8 more to go through here, buddy. 9 more to go through.
I do think the Series S is still holding developers back because they need to still cater to it at the same time. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Fucking Cyberpunk.
We're gonna get there.
No, I think Cyberpunk falls in this realm.
Oh,
because
yeah. At first
they
made it backwards compatible with the 4 and the 1. And the 4 and the 1 versions blew ass.
I think Cyberpunk was originally developing their game for the next gen consoles and PC, and then at some point they were like, no, you need to start developing it for the previous gen too, so we can have those sales as well. And I really think that kind of fucked Cyberpunk in the ass too, because you tried to play it on those consoles and it was complete ass. It was complete ass. I mean, the game was ass to begin with at launch. Even on the next gen consoles or whatever. I guess they didn't have the next gen versions for it, but that was
Saul's gripe with it. He tried playing it on the 4.
Yeah, he's trying to play it on the 4, not even the updated 4 or the PS4 Pro. He was,
OG 4.
Yeah, the OG 4, and that thing could not take it because I think they were trying to develop it, for next gen consoles, and they just got a little slap.
Well, every game developer, every time that you see a demo, every time that they Watch Dogs, even shit that's just Sony, they always run it on a PC and they crank the crap out of those settings, and as soon as it hits your anything, even if it's your PC, they just turned all that shit way down because they're like, oh well, we don't want to have PC players blowing out everybody else, and I'm like, that's why we have PC rigs like we have, so we can blow people out.
Yep. All right. So, but yeah, I mean, that was one of the examples I was going to give was, the last gen holding back a game was going to be Cyberpunk. But, anyway. All right. So
more recent. Anyway, continue.
I mean, that's as recent as it gets.
I do think developers, with their restrictions and what they have to do at some point, they are definitely I do think the Series S is holding them back.
It's holding them back as much as the PS4 and the Xbox One is.
Yeah.
It's a tricky topic. It is.
I didn't think this was going to go that far. I thought this was going to be 5 minutes and we move on, but
it's different because they don't. it's different because they don't release. When they release a game, oh my god, it's still going to go on. When they release a game, they release a PS5 version and they release a PS4 version, right?
Yes.
When they release a game for Xbox, they release an Xbox Series version and an Xbox One version. This Xbox Series version is supposed to run on the Xbox Series X and the S.
Hmm?
I should have started it off with that. But yes. No. Yes.
It's supposed to be on the One or the X.
No, but no.
They promised backwards compatibility for 2 years.
Yes, they promised backwards compatibility, but that's not how it is. When they develop a game, they develop it for the Xbox Series. They don't develop it for the Xbox Series X and S and then the Xbox One. They develop it for the Xbox Series. So that Xbox Series game is supposed to run on the X and the S.
Well, it's supposed to because they have the ability to run all the PC games. And they have the ability to help you with the conversion because their same programming for the Microsoft Xbox can also, help in the Microsoft Game Store. So when you're using your Unreal Engine and you're developing your game, Microsoft's like, oh, okay, we can help you get that on PC, and that same stuff you just have to code a little differently and put it on Xbox. But the problem is Microsoft loves their back-end programming bullshit. No matter what game, no matter what item, nothing. They love their back-end extra programming. So if they're having a problem out of them, I can see it. And it's probably just because of some back-end programming bullshit.
I would like to make a note that, Griff, you turned one topic into the entire show.
All right. What I'm going to get out of here is I'm going to have to say that I'm going to have to take the L on this one because I'm not going to stand down from my stance, but, I really
do, because, you really can't develop a next-gen console, or you can't really develop a next-gen game for the Xbox Series X if you have to have it cater to the Series S as well.
I think the biggest mistake was promising backwards compatibility. I think that was the biggest mistake on both Sony and Microsoft.
Well, if your big selling point for your new console is, it does better graphics, it's got a better processor, it's got better this, it can be better games. Why in the fuck would you want your games that you want to shine on this to also be on the old system that you're kind of phasing out because it can't handle your shit no more?
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
What was that system that Xbox developed? And they called it was for games that if you bought on the Xbox One, it would be on the Xbox Series X as well. Oh my god! Actually, you know what? That doesn't even matter. It's not even about that. It's just about having games be able to run on your powerhouse console versus on your budget console.
Yeah.
And I said that from the beginning. Why are you launching a budget console? It's different because the PS5 and the PS5 digital are literally the same exact thing. They're just missing one hardware component, and that is the disk drive.
The hardware? Isn't the
nope,
I think the hard drive size is different.
Nope.
Are you sure?
Nope. The hard drive size?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's still exactly the internal hard drive. I'm pretty sure it's still the internal hard drive.
I thought it was 200 gigs less.
No. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, go ahead, bud. I see you doing it. I see you going ahead and looking. Negative. The only difference is that there is a disk drive.
Too, these companies like to change that shit. Yeah. They'll tell you, it's gonna be the same thing 6 months later. Oh, we're gonna take 200 gigs off top of it. You don't need that.
No, I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that at all.
Some companies do that though. They may not have done it here, but you damn well know a handful of times that's happened.
Yeah.
Companies that launch a game and then put their microtransactions in a month later after the reviews have come out.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do remember that. I was like, there's no way an optical drive is worth $100.
I remember their hard drive size being different when they announced it, and I think they went back and changed it. All right, because it is the same now. It is the same now. I am wrong.
Yeah. Their hard drive. Everyone they announced that their hard drive was 800 something.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone assumed that was the actual storage capacity of the drive and assumed it was 1 terabyte. It was a 1 terabyte drive and you only had like 800 gigs, whatever. But they actually were like, no, it's actually 800 gigs. And you actually only have like 600 gigs.
I just accidentally clicked here. There we go. I fixed it. Everybody's getting a good look at Wild there.
You killed him! What are you doing? No one got Griff now.
He Thanos snapped him.
Griff said there can only be one chocolate man or a white chocolate man in here. Sorry, I did fuck that up. My bad. I meant to say white chocolate. There can only be one white chocolate man.
There can only be one. What? Thanos snapped him.
Oh.
You disagree with me about the Xbox and the Xbox Series X and S?
I fix it and it kicks you. All right. So let's start powering through some of these here. All right. So
we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to need to save some of these topics for later next week.
Some of this stuff ain't gonna last that long, man.
Touch the key ones. Touch the key ones that you think are gonna be a good.
All right. So this will take a couple seconds. So they have announced the God of War file sizes for the US. For the PS4, it's 106.9 gigabytes. Why'd I put GMs? PS5 is going to be 84 gigabytes.
It's because the PS5 is able to do it's faster compression.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, this one was fun. All right. So, in all of the civil suits and all that stuff with the Microsoft Activision takeover, in the battle with Sony, they actually may have leaked some stuff by accident. All right. So, Microsoft has stated that they don't know why Sony is so upset, saying that they're going to maintain all their exclusivity titles, including Spider-Man 2, Horizon, Final Fantasy 16, Forspoken, and Wolverine, stating that all of these games are launching in 2023. Now, the big kicker there is Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine in 2023.
I didn't expect Wolverine this soon.
That's it. That's the one. It's like, Wolverine already?
Dude, Daddy's getting excited. Let's go. Dude, I want to...
All right,
so... do something strange for a piece of change.
Dude, I want some Wolverine. Dude, and did I not tell you they're going to launch a Wolverine game at the exact same time that MCU's Wolverine is going to start making an appearance? Yeah, look at this guy over here. Did I not say this? I said this a long time ago. I said, they're making their Wolverine game coming out. I guarantee you Wolverine's going to start making an appearance in the MCU. And holy shit, name dropping. Ryan Reynolds was like, oh, by the way, Hugh Jackman's coming back. Around the same time. They pushed it back. I think that's 2024 now? Or is it 2025?
I think it's 2025.
For Deadpool 3?
Apparently Kevin Feige finally had the balls to write a check big enough to back a large enough truck with enough cash at Hugh Jackman's place to get him to show up again.
Yo, Hugh Jackman just say that shit. He said the only chance I'm going to return to Wolverine is with a fuck ton of money. He said that shit straight the fuck up. He wasn't bashful about that shit at all. He was just like, I'm going to need a shit ton of fucking money.
Yeah, because he's got to get back in shape the whole nine. Like, he loved being Wolverine, but he hated the lifestyle he had to live.
Oh, he did, though. He did. Yeah. He did say that several times. He's like, this shit is tough.
Yeah.
And he's like 60 now, so... All right, so we're going to skip over 4 and 5. We're going to come back to them, because we're going to probably end on that one.
Okay.
All right, so Cyberpunk 2077 has maintained over 1 million active players every day for a month straight. Since this is the highest player base they've had since the launch. CD Projekt Red has stated they have no plans for a new season of Edge Runners. Let's see, with the shutdown of Stadia, Netflix has doubled down on their attempt to enter the gaming market and has opened a new studio for cloud gaming, which is currently being head by the original lead developer for Overwatch. So figure that one out and how that was a good idea. Silent Hill 2 remake, rumored to be the next game to turn episodic. Fuck episodic, because that is never going to go over well.
So are you just kind of like just just reading through their topics? Are we?
Yep.
I'm getting through, and then we're going to go to the actual
No.
conversation. If you want to say something, say something.
Not gonna have time.
We're going to rapid fire some of this shit.
So was it the Stadia shutdown? Entering the gaming market. How's Netflix going to enter the gaming market? Let's go. I want to touch on that one.
They're trying to be the next Stadia, without failing.
Good luck, bud.
Which that-
Because you had what Google Stadia, Amazon had.
Yeah, Amazon announced it, launched it, and shut it down in like a week.
I felt like I knew somebody that had the Amazon gaming console, and they were just like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's really good, it's cool, and then it just quietly went away.
It's probably the same person that we both know, and who loves everything that he gets his hands on.
I understand what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up pretty hard.
Yeah, because I don't think a guy dislikes anything except for you.
Throwing out shots. I'm doing just like a few things, and it's just weird and just picky nonsense for like why they dislike it. I'm just I'm picky, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The Silent Hill 2 remake. Oh.
So like I'm cool with a remake of Silent Hill 2, but why make it episodic? All right, it's just rumored to be episodic. All right, this is not set in stone.
Define episodic. When they release a game, they're going to release
Final
episodes.
Fantasy VII Remake has become the new standard for episodic.
Understood. Now that we are on the same page.
Yeah, and
Are we talking about like? I mean, technically, those are different games. Are we talking about like how
They are, but like the fact that they remade them and did a little different, like people are like, oh, it's so cool and so edgy, it's so hip.
Well, I can understand doing different games, but at the same time, Final Fantasy VII Remake is multiple games, whereas, Silent Hill 2 Remake could be episodic, whereas, was it? God, I can never say it correctly because it's such a tongue twister. Telltale Games are episodic. It's the same game, but they release DLC for it, considering it episodes.
It all depends on the pricing. All right, if they do the Final Fantasy VII thing and they claim it's 4 different games, I'm gonna kick somebody in the fucking nuts.
Oh wait, it's 4 games now. I thought it was 3.
3 games. 3 games.
I bought the first one.
discs.
I bought the first one thinking it was just 1, and when he didn't kill her, I was like, "Wait, where the fuck are we right now?" And someone was like,
I
"It's
always
gonna be
remember 4
multiple
discs.
games." Oh.
I always remember 4 discs from the original. All right, and so for some reason I get the confused with the we're gonna do 1 game per disc, and I don't know why I always thought
ladies
that.
and gentlemen, you will be able to finish the epic conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS9 because it's going to take them that long to get their shit together.
And you know when they'll finally get my money is if that comes out and it's halfway decent, because they're not getting it day 1 from me anymore. Like Final Fantasy VII, the original, is hands down one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. It was my number 1, and then Ghost of Tsushima came out.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then but
you can boot that game up and let it run in the background. It's just pretty.
Yeah, like it's the only game you can stop, put it into photo mode, take a picture of whatever angle you want, and it's a goddamn 1080p freaking wallpaper. On the PS4, PS5, you can get 4K. But yeah, no, like I'm done. Like the first run I get episodic is Final Fantasy VII, and they announce it, and we have to wait 7 years for the first one. It has been 4 years since that one has come out, so maybe not 4 years. I think it's 3. Is it 3 years or 4 years since the 7 came out?
I think it's been 3.
I haven't been listening. I'm sorry. I'm distracted.
Yeah, the coof messes with everybody's timeline. It's the 1 year that felt like 4.
Yeah. Not for me, because I was actually out working the whole time. Let's see here. Update from last week. The Bayonetta actress, who has been actually asking fans of the series to boycott the series, turns out that she's just a see you next Tuesday. Yeah, because
Well,
apparently...
Fucking played. Sir. You've been practicing that before you came into the show. I know you have.
I've been working around that one for a couple of years. All right. So, yeah, no, yeah, apparently the studios come out like, no, we weren't offering her $4,000 flat. We offered her $4,000 a day minimum, upwards of $15,000. And she said, no, I want 6 figures plus royalties. And they said, yeah, get the hell out of here.
Well, see, now that information did not come out from the company. That information came out through Jason Schreier, the journalist. And
not only Jason Schreier. That actually came out from 2 other media sources as well, with people within the company.
Damn, throwing her straight on blast.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about anything like that. A journalist is only as good as their sources. And if a company really wanted damage control, this is a great way to do it. So until I know more, I'm still going to say you should just pay people more as a base rate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, no, like I think voice acting is getting, like, once I heard about the story and actually looked into it, voice actors are paid dog shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I'm sorry.
terrible.
Like,
yeah.
it's. I think it's true because like someone like some of like I guess famous voice actors. I can't really name them right now. Wow, I mumbled my whole way through that shit.
Yeah, I picked up what you said though. I'm dyslexic, so we're good.
Yeah. So some of some of the well-known voice actors that I know, like I see them in like a shit ton of projects, and I think it's just because voice actors are paid not a great amount of money because they probably can get through their work very quickly, and I also like I know someone that is trying to make their way into voice acting, and they don't have that many gigs because they're not really needed that much. Once you have established yourself as a voice actor, you get a shit ton of gigs.
Yeah, but you have to have something
And
under
so,
your
like,
belt.
Right, and it's like it's really hard to break ground in the voice acting because it's not that there's so many voice actors out there. It's just that because once you have one voice actor, they can do a shit ton for you, and once they can do a shit ton for you, they really don't pay them a shit ton amount. It's just like, okay, you're coming in like.
That's why a lot of like live service games will actually get people from within the company to do the voices, because they don't have to pay them anything extra.
Yeah, it's just like additional voices.
Yeah.
Is what they're credited for. Like, you know, additional voices or whatever. Like, and like you see someone like they're like even like some of the famous voice actors. I mean, we're not talking about Nolan North. He's in a different caliber by himself. Yeah. But like he has multiple games, like even just like throughout the year, and like these are like AAA games. And, like I imagine him getting paid a lot. But like other actors that have like a shit ton of games, and they're a shit ton of games throughout the year, and they're also doing multiple voices or characters for that game. I'm just like, why are they just doing so much?
The one thing though I will point out in this Bayonetta scenario though is they got it's either Jessica Hale or Jennifer Hale.
Jennifer Hale. I'm dyslexic, and I'm horrible with names. So yeah, Hale, her going rate is twice that of what they originally offered the original actress, and they went with her after they doubled down for the original actress. So if that tells you how that entire thing went, Jennifer Hale, like, she is not unknown. No. I think she is in the Guinness Book of World Records for female voice acting accomplishments. Yeah, and from everything that I can see from anybody that is in the voice acting world, they talk about her. She's just a nice person. She doesn't throw her shit around. She doesn't mess with people. She plays fair when she knows that the board is that way. And I have to believe after seeing all that no matter what happened here, even if the original Bayonetta actress is actually telling the truth for some reason, I can't imagine that Jennifer Hale was part of any of the fuckery.
Oh no.
So
no, she seems like a very much, I'm showing up, I'm going to do my work, I'm going to go home. So
kind of like Steve Bloom. He shows up, he does his fucking work, he goes the hell home.
Yeah.
He'll go to a con and goof off, but other than that, that's it.
Yeah. That would be like, if I was in the biz, that would be my entire shtick. He's like, I show up, I do my job, I go home, because some of these people are getting too wordy. All right, so this next one,
Yeah, that's our job.
Yeah. This next one I thought was kind of funny. So there's been several articles I've found about the microtransactions of Overwatch and how it is currently being compared to Paladins and its microtransactions. Actually, they're saying that Paladins microtransactions have actually been more fair. And when Paladins, in the first couple of years it was out, was ripped on for its microtransactions, even though it didn't have loot boxes. Well, actually, no, it did have loot boxes. I played it when it came out. It did have a loot box, but everything in the loot box you could buy individually. And they eventually moved to the just buy whatever you want package. And they're like, it's $15 for a skin, which is still massive. But apparently Overwatch 2 is charging $20 for a skin.
What?
And in Paladins, for $15 for a skin, it is a complete overhaul of the character. The skin, like, you can't even recognize the character, up to and including new voice lines, new dialogue, and or a change of voice.
Now, do you remember when the Overwatch League first came out, and Overwatch 1, you could buy, like, the colors for, like, all these 5 teams of any character for, like, $5? Like, that, I saw that and I was like, why can't you do this with more stuff? Because, like, this is cool. I would pay $5 for a few of these because I think they look nice. Make a few more of these.
Yeah.
Don't make me go through loot boxes for bullshit, because I don't feel like playing for 4 hours to get 2 loot boxes and maybe get something I want.
Let's just say this. They have been so greedy with their microtransactions that people miss loot boxes. I found several articles going, damn, I wish Overwatch went back to loot boxes because this is ridiculous. Like, if that tells you anything. All right. Anyway, so here's the one that I want to get to. All right. So Black Adam's getting ripped apart by reviewers. Look at the scores. Reviewers are ripping this movie apart. It is at a 90% positive viewer rating. Now, this has been an ongoing thing for about, 6-7 years now? Where if you go to,
we're farther past that. We're like,
has it been that long?
when was Man of Steel? When did Man of Steel come out? 2008? I feel like Man of Steel was 2008.
God, was it that long ago?
I don't know. Google help me. Google.
Anyway,
2013.
All right, so 10 years. 10 years. So this has been going on for about 10 years. I'm not even talking about just DC in general. I am talking about how we're going to combine 4 and 5 here. How the media shills are completely out of touch with the audience.
All right. Well, we can do this almost point for point. Look at Black Adam. It's a 40% tomato meter for the critics and a 90 for the audience, right?
Right.
Who remembers She-Hulk?
She-Hulk. I mean, the movie that just came out.
The TV show that just finished.
TV show.
Yeah. All right. The critics gave that 85% on the tomato meter. Audiences gave it 34.
I mean, that's because it was Marvel shit. I'm not gonna lie. The tomato meter is definitely Marvel dedicated.
It's not Marvel dedicated. It's politically dedicated. It is PC dedicated.
Oh, that's fair.
I will
allow those arguments.
Allow it.
So there's one I'll bring up depending on how far we want to go with this. Yeah, so speaking of She-Hulk, they came out and they're like, yeah, this last episode and the season finale was a big FU to all of the YouTube trolls and all that. And one guy who I found on YouTube who used to be an executive producer, if I can remember his name, I'll give him a shout out, which he'll never see. But he used to be an executive producer, and he brought up a point of So you're telling me you made this entire show as an FU to YouTube trolls, knowing that your show was going to suck? Same thing with Rings of Power. It was a pretty fanfic. Like, look up the reviews on it. Audience hated it. Reviewers loved it. Actually,
now we have to adjust for inflation, but when they made the when they made the movies, it was $90 million a movie.
Yep.
And they're doing 60 to 65 million an episode.
Yeah.
And
they
it's
spent $1
boring
billion.
as shit.
They spent $1 billion to make that show.
To see a little blonde woman who has the facial expressions of a mannequin. She has the same face for worried. I mean, what are you supposed to do with this woman?
When I saw her, I never saw Gladriel.
You're supposed to be a sorceress, amazingly powerful with magic, not
a war general,
medieval John Wick.
Yeah. But I mean, not even that. I mean, not even going against what. I will give it this: if you stray completely away from the source material, make a good show.
Yeah.
Daredevil doesn't quite follow the source material. It's still a goddamn good show.
And I think about Rings of Power, and I think about, like, they had the Second Age, and they had all this stuff that they couldn't use because of licensing issues. They can't have hobbits, so they had to make Harfoots. Bullshit like that. If that was me, the whole Second Age is when, like, the Easterlings, the people that, the humans that fought with the orcs, that's when they separated, and that's when they became part of Sauron's army. Why wouldn't you, if you wanted a Game of Thrones style, and that's apparently what they kind of want, fantasy genre thing, like that would have been the perfect political intrigue. How did the Easterlings break off from blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
And you could have woven any story you wanted, and nobody would have given you any bullshit. But no.
Right. I'm just saying, why are people that have money go to watch these shows or these movies? Why are you going to consistently make things that the people that have the money don't want to see?
Because there is an idea that this is precisely what the people with money want to see, because in the bubbles where all the decisions for this get made, it's a little clique of people that are just different, and they don't think the same way we do. They live in a different life than we do. They're making what they think are good choices with a lot of bad information.
That's a good way of wording it. That is a good way of wording it. There's a lot of skirting there that
without being able to individually look at somebody. I think that's about as fair as I can get as a broad brush.
Yeah, I mean it's. I don't know. Like I'm torn on. Like I'm not really torn. I just want to understand of Black Adam's going to make bank.
Oh yeah, it's going to sell. I mean, The Rock is in a movie.
It's not even just The Rock. It is a guy flick through and through. Like, I plan on seeing it soon, so hopefully I can do a review on it here pretty soon. I should have already seen it, but
what I was saying, this is why the critics probably rated it so low, and why the audiences probably loved it, is because from the actual reviews, like what I've heard from other people, what they actually said is it is not a movie with a plot. It has no story. It is literally just 130 minutes. Not 100. Wait, 130 minutes? No. An hour and a half. However fucking long that movie is. It is set time of him literally just going through and just fucking shit up. They said it was nonstop action of him just going through and just fucking shit up.
Is that not what a comic book movie should be, though?
How is that a downside?
I didn't say that's a downside. That's why I'm saying like the audience. That's why the audience probably loved it.
Well, I mean, I will. All right, so if you show up to like a Harrison Ford movie and that's what you get, like, yeah, I get pissed. Like, because all he does anymore is like the soft stuff. So like, Grandma wants to go see Harrison Ford be all suave for her, and then he starts blowing shit up. Yeah, I'd get upset. But when you're showing up to a superhero movie and you're complaining that there's not enough plot and shit just keeps blowing up,
A super villain movie.
Yeah, I think you showed up at the wrong fucking theater.
Super villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I
somebody's missing the point here.
Yeah, and it's weird too because there's a fine line because Michael Bay ruins shit and he makes entire movies about blowing shit up, and it flops, but then they do an entire movie about blowing shit up and it does great. Maybe because you can actually see what's going on. I hope so. We'll find out.
And you know what the weird part is? Like the non-Michael Bay Transformers movie was actually pretty good.
Which one was that?
The Bumblebee movie.
Really?
Yeah, that one was actually pretty solid.
that movie was so bad. the actual Bumblebee movie.
Yeah.
With the fucking
Eric.
Queen, Haley Steinfeld.
Oh
That
no, we
movie
ain't gonna
was-
talk about her. No.
Oh, we are so backwards on this. One, she's a fucking queen, and I swear to God, if you have anything bad to say about her, I will track you down. I'll fucking destroy you. Two, that movie was bad. That was a terrible movie, and I feel bad for her for being in that movie.
We agree on that.
Okay, carry on.
I mean,
I feel bad for her for being in that movie too.
But she's queen. Say it.
I don't know who this is, so
The only queen that there is my wife. I'm sorry, sir.
I respect that answer to an unprecedented degree. Well played, sir. Well played.
oh man, somebody knows his wife's watching.
Trying to earn brownie points when I screw up, she doesn't beat me. Nah, she loves me too much.
Listen, when I asked how to get blood out of something, she's the first one who popped up with exact descriptions on how to do so. So, all right. I don't know, man. I am actually, all right. We probably should wrap this up here pretty soon. I'm hitting that state where I'm like, I don't know if I can handle a proper conversation, but I'm willing to talk about God, the universe, and religion. Let's do it.
All right. We're in the territory. You're a little smashed. Everybody's guilty pleasure movie, the movie that you know sucks ass, but you still like watching it.
Oh God, I got a couple of them.
Everybody does.
Well, there's the one that we agree on.
There's a lot of those we agree on.
All right, movie that sucks ass that I love. Oh.
PCP, Wild, you guys know anything?
Say it again. I am multitasking.
The movie that you know sucks ass, but you still like watching it.
Ooh. Damn, I don't know.
That's a hard one to narrow down.
Yeah, I know,
it's a
right?
hard one to-
It really
There's
is.
not many movies that I'm like, oh, this sucks ass, so I'm going to continue watching it. I haven't really been there. Oh, damn.
Yeah, typically, like if it sucks, I'm normally like, yeah, no, I'll quit watching it.
No, I mean not a
Not
movie
like
that
that,
sucks
like-
for you. A movie that
Yeah.
you enjoy watching that everybody hates.
Mm,
So a movie that you know is bad, but you like it anyway.
See, there's not a movie that I'm like, oh, this movie is bad, and so I'm going to watch it.
I'll even go first. Battlefield Earth.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Oh damn! My entire life just came fucking flashing back to me. You are so not wrong. That was a movie that I actually thoroughly enjoyed, and everyone was like, "This is such a terrible movie." I'm like, "No, I actually like this movie," and I watched it a little bit. I watched it again when I was a little bit older. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is actually a bad movie," but I'm still gonna finish it. Oh my god, dude!
It's
That's
just
a
something
fucking-
about John Travolta just
That was
being
a great
dumbass.
choice. Oh
Yeah.
god. Well played. Well fucking played, sir.
The camera angles are bad. The CG is kind of the writing is off, but
Ooh.
I still like that movie. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
The concept of the movie was so great. The plot was fantastic. It was just poorly executed.
There was a superhero. I think it was a Wolverine movie where the CGI, which is
All of them.
Origins.
horrific.
All of
No,
them.
this one was pretty
Origins.
bad. Even I noticed it.
It
I
was
like,
Origins. Wolverine's Origins. I will say Green Lantern. I fucking love Green Lantern.
Ooh.
I fucking love Green Lantern
Ooh.
so
Yeah.
much that
In the
I
gut.
forced myself to watch this movie, and I even
I-
still like it. Even still now, I watched
I
it.
will
And I'm
say
like,
though,
they did fuck up the main villain like a little bit. I mean, I still liked you know.
the
I like
praise
Ryan
that I
Reynolds.
will
And I
heap
fucking
on
love Green
Green
Lantern.
Lantern at any point is the dude playing Sinestro. That motherfucker is
You're
awesome.
talking about Mark Strong. Okay.
Yes, Mark Strong.
I was about to
That
fuck you up for.
motherfucker is
I was about to fuck you up for a quick second.
like,
Mark Strong needs to be
The only
the
two
dude.
things. The only two things that I think held back the Green Lantern movie is one, what they did to Parallax. And they gave him the Galactic Syndrome from, was it the second or third Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah.
Where I'm a cloud. It's like, no, you're not. But, and two is, while I love Ryan Reynolds, he should not have been that Green Lantern. So he should have been Kyle Rayner, not Hal Jordan.
Yes. Kyle Rayner. He definitely has a more Kyle Rayner vibe. You are so correct.
Like,
But see, DC does that a lot. They did it with the Flash. They will take like multiple iterations of the same hero and squish them into like what everybody likes, and then just this is the movie, or this is the cartoon, or this is the TV show. Because Barry Allen is a stick in the mud.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I'm the world's fastest man. I'm extremely smart. For some reason, I keep making stupid decisions. That's
Yeah.
Barry Allen.
Yeah, and he's not that funny. And like Wally's supposed to be the funny one. They make the TV show, and you know, they make another Wally, and then he's not funny. He's Zen.
Yeah, that was weird. Their Wally for him was weird. I mean, even though like they're Barry Allen, like everyone wanted to like migrate him to the movies and everything. I was like, he's not that great of a Barry Allen. He's a decent Barry Allen, but I don't.
I mean, he's
Hey,
better
he's
than
not
Ezra
starting
Miller.
he's not starting cults and like choke slamming people. So
Sure.
And then claiming
I mean-
innocence when he's in court.
yeah.
I mean, so nothing against the actor, and Grant Aston and what he did for that Flash TV show. I mean, he obviously carried that shit.
You know what? You know what movie didn't get enough credit? Treasure
Alita
Planet.
Battle Angel.
Oh, sorry.
Alita Battle
It
Angel.
did not get enough credit. That movie still got a shit ton of credit, but it did not get enough credit. And they are working on a sequel, and that shit needs to happen quick, fast, and in a fucking hurry. That needs
Alita Battle Angel.
that
God, I
needs
gotta
to
go watch that
fucking
again. That
happen.
was so good.
It's
That
a
was
great
a
movie.
fucking
That was one of the
good-ass
first
fucking
animes I
movie.
ever watched. Was the anime version of that.
You-
So
you know
like
what?
when
Oh,
they
yeah?
said they were gonna do a movie, I was like, oh shit, because that was
didn't
one of the
know
things
it.
that introduced me to anime.
Oh, I didn't even know it was an anime. I mean, I kept watching it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Astro Boy was fucking dope.
But yeah,
Really?
Treasure Planet. I love that fucking movie, and
Treasure
I
Planet?
hate. Yeah, it was the last animated Disney movie before they decided to go digital, fucking everything,
Mhm.
and it kind of got tanked. They kind of wedged it in, didn't advertise it a lot. They kind of put it in a bad spot. It's kind of like they didn't want animation to keep going. They wanted it to burn because this was cheaper.
Like, go watch Treasure Planet, man. Like, for some reason, like when you watch it, your entire childhood will come back and be like, I remember this movie, but you will not remember the movie. Like it's crazy.
Titan AE is also a really good animated
Titan
movie.
AE.
Dude, Titan AE was the shit. I watched
Even
that
the
movie.
soundtrack was cool.
I watched that movie a shit ton. It blew my mind once I figured out who the
The
who
voices.
the actors were. Yeah, who the voice actors were. Well, you said Treasure Planet?
Yeah, it's Treasure Island sci-fi.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it Treasure Island or is it Treasure Planet?
It's Treasure Planet, but
Oh.
it's a retelling of Treasure Island.
Oh, just Gordon-Levitt. I fuck with some Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's some good stuff.
He's a really good actor.
He's great. Does not get enough credit.
No, I mean, funny.
I
as shit,
loved
even
him
when he was
in,
on
He
30 Rock,
never gets enough credit.
or Third Rock from the Sun.
Lord of War.
Yeah.
No,
He wasn't in Lord of War.
I'm thinking of someone else.
That was God. The actors have been fucking everything.
The guy who was
Morbius,
Joker.
The Morbius actor. Yeah, Joker.
Jared Leto. I'm thinking of Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Yeah, and Nick Cage.
Yeah.
No.
Like Jared Leto has been in some good things. Wasn't a good Joker. Honestly, though, if they would have done his look better, I think he would have been.
Oh yes, I know Treasure Planet so well.
See, you see it and you
Yeah.
instantly remember it, but you don't remember it for some reason.
Right.
All right.
And Atlantis. There's an image of Atlantis right here.
Oh yeah, the Atlantis movie. That thing was good.
These is like the exact movie. It's just
I actually
much.
watch Atlantis like once a year, like not intentionally, but it just comes up and I'm like, oh, Atlantis. There is so much good dialogue in Atlantis. So much. And it's not from the main characters. It's from all the side characters.
Yeah, it's got Rogue One syndrome, where
Yeah.
the main characters are kind of but all the side characters are the reason you keep watching it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, nobody gives a shit about Andor, but everyone's gonna watch for K2.
Yeah.
who has not made a fucking appearance yet. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Well, until he pops up, the show hasn't started.
I have actually thoroughly enjoyed the show so far. I thought it has been very good.
Because I mean, of the people in Rogue One that I would like to see a show of, like the Cassian Andor and like Jyn Erso, those are the two people I did not want to show with because they're the two most boring ones.
All
Dude,
right,
I would take a show about that pilot.
He was boring. He really didn't have much of a role until he got his memory back.
I know, but like,
Um,
I still care more about him than I do the other two main characters. That's my problem.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. They didn't have much of a story until they got there, and like, they announced that they were making like a Rogue One prequel. I was like, why do we want to see this?
Yeah.
I just want a buddy comedy of Donnie Yen and the other guy.
Thank you, Donnie Yen. I was trying to remember his fucking name.
Like, I
Donnie
just want
Yen.
those two characters, like a buddy comedy of those guys in a kyber crystal mine.
I would watch
Give me
their prequel. I'd watch their prequel.
Like, hands
See,
down.
you
like,
could do that now. You could do something kind of like that. What's his name from The Mandalorian? The Martian.
oh, yeah.
They thought about making him. You're talking about the
Yeah.
guy character played by Timmy Oliphant.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
great
another
actor.
dude does not get enough credit.
Yeah, if you haven't seen, was it Santa Clarita Diet? Like you need to- yeah.
That shit was so good. I'm so disappointed they canceled that show. Like, why
Yeah, I
the fuck
know,
would
right?
you do that? That show was good. What's
But
the movie
yeah,
where,
like-
or what's the TV show where he was the sheriff?
Justified.
Justified. I need to watch that. I heard so
He
many
would-
good things
He
about
would
that.
make
and
a really
he-
good character to have his own show. Like
Yeah.
people would tune in for that motherfucker.
Yeah. Because,
He's
like,
made that much of a
especially
point.
with his character, like, he would do the space western.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. He would
Like-
kill that. I mean, he was
You
already
could
in
get that-
westerns.
you could get that Firefly vibe if you
Yeah.
really wanted to.
Oh,
Hey, guys.
dude.
Yeah.
You just got daddy super excited. You just got daddy super excited. I hope somebody sees this and makes this a fucking thing. Because
I gotta go, guys.
All right,
No,
man.
you don't.
Take it easy. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up.
See ya.
We're going to wrap this up. We're almost an hour and a half here.
Yeah. But yeah, like think about it, man. Like you got a Wookiee and you got that dude and like an R2 unit. Like you get a couple other people who got this little group and like they go around doing shit like a space western. It could be kind of like Star Wars Firefly. You could have a little fun with that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm game.
that's exciting.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching. Thank you for everybody who watches later. And we will see you next week on our Halloween episode.
We got to coordinate costumes. I already know what I'm going to be.
I already know what I'm going to be. There isn't going to be any coordination. I mean, I've already got my, like...
I'm just making sure nobody steals my shit.
I think we're cool. We'll talk about it in a second.
I think you and I are cool, but it's some other people. Mimick's going to steal my shit. I know Mimick's going to steal my shit. I'm going to tell...
Yep, you're right. I was planning on showing up as T'Challa, and it's my fault now.
Not even close. Don't worry. I really do have a strong feeling that Mimic or even Sobs is gonna steal my shit. I really do. Y'all don't even understand.
Oh God, seriously. No, we're not doing that.
We're gonna talk about it after this is done. Anyway, exit the episode. My bad.
Yeah, tell your wife that ain't happening. All right. Anyway,
I'll try.
Thank you. Drink your water and remember, you just lost the game. Bye.